It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the football team and the Lions. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Washington football team. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And, CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. And this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Joey Slye, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from Ford Field. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Now a first down throw. Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Out of the gun. Goff. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
To try again after the sack. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep, Alex Erickson. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Wentz looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Please watch the ball. Still 2nd down.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Wentz now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Romeo Okwara, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wentz. And his throw here is incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. We're scoreless after 1.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Gone.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
On 2nd down, Swift.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Goff. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 41, Goff. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Wentz going to throw. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Washington.
On 1st down, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. Long coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Gets past one man. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. From the 45 on 2nd down. Goff. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The DN Jonathan Allen making sure his presence is felt. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Wentz now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now a play fake. Wentz. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing is Wentz. This to McLaurin out on the left side.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Goff. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Now it's Patterson.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things. Smile on their face going to begin this.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Go for Samuel. All wide open. Touchdown, Washington. Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are first this afternoon.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second down at 4. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here comes Erickson. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
A gain of 12.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Throwing on first is Wentz. This will be caught at Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A handoff for Gibson. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets it to Thomas. Open space inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try to run with Gibson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard
The Lions offense set to take over. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
They'll take over.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. On play action, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's 4th down.
Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Now it's Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Goff throwing again. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
The Lions on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Goff. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 81 yards. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed Old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Goff. And Shark calls it in. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return, and the Lions will take over. So Jared Goff in the offense, down by 2 touchdowns, a little under a minute 50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. St. Brown on the catch. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Wright's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Goff. that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They run. It's Williams. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Once more, Gibson. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. One last throw here for Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.